right, welcome back in Radio Row. Day number 3. We get another day closer to the big game on Sunday between the Patriots and the Falcons. Our coverage here live on Radio Row on Fox Sports 920. The Jersey is brought to you by Corona and Corona Light. And now joining us is, of course, someone that loves Corona, I think.
Yeah, I love Corona. Corona Light, though. I'm a pretty boy when it comes to my beer.
You're making my bosses very happy right
love
now.
Corona. There's nothing better.
Just continue.
There's nothing better. Listen, I grew up in L.A. Mexico is my favorite place to visit. Cancun, any international place like that, and nothing's better than a Corona and a little salsa and some chips. That's all I need. I'm fine.
Sounds good.
So send some over to me.
Christian Fauria with us right now on the Zach Gelb Show. So as I've been telling you, I'm very good friends with a radio producer and Ray Martell.
Yep.
And Ray and I, we go to a few games every year at Gillette Stadium. And every time we go on this trip to Foxborough, he gives me the history lesson of the Patriots.
Sure.
I'm only 22 years old.
Oh, yeah, you're a baby.
So I saw Bledsoe when he got hurt.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's been winning, 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 winning.
Yep.
So he gives me all the history, and he goes, one of the defining moments really in this era was your two-point conversion at the end of the 2002 season where you didn't make the playoffs because
against Miami.
The Green Bay Packers didn't help us out against the Jets. But you had that two-point conversion. Vinatieri gets the game-winning, the tying field goal in regulation, the game-winning field goal in overtime. And I think he's right because they win the Super Bowl, Super Bowl 36. Then they had that year they missed the playoffs, but that was a new stadium. And that moment gave Patriot fans a lot of excitement. And then the next year, boom, you get a Super Bowl. There you go.
I would. Yeah, you know what? I will take credit for it.
That's Ray's theory.
I will take credit for it. Yeah, that was an odd year, and we were behind in that game. We ended up coming back and winning it, and really thought that we were going to make the playoffs. But yeah, who was it? The Jets just decided they didn't want to show up, or the Green Bay Packers decided they didn't need the win, and the Jets did. So it was one of those things where we're sitting there watching the game, going, "Well, I guess our season's over," and that was it. That's how it ended.
I've missed one Patriot game in my life.
Really?
Being a fan.
Jeez.
When it comes to watching. And the one was actually that game.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, that's why Ray needs to break it down for you.
My parents and my dad's to my left, but it was really more my mom, and I love my mom. But she made us go see a play that day. So I'm sitting there in the play, and I'm going, because I know you won the game.
Yeah.
And then I'm saying, oh, my God. Please, Jets lose. Please, Jets lose. Please, Jets lose. And I'm sitting there as like a 7 or 8 year old brat, keep on asking for updates, and then eventually.
What was
Jets
the play?
broke my heart. I forget. Oh, that's
Dad,
a good question.
You don't know what the play is?
He probably fell asleep during.
Yeah,
the play.
You don't know what the play is? I love the theater.
With Bill Belichick, the coach that you got to play for, obviously in New England. What's the biggest thing you learned from him?
Oh man, I mean, I tell you what. Let me see. I guess it's what I've learned from all the great – I feel like I've been coached by a lot of great coaches. My coach in high school, Tim Linz, who just retired. Bill McCartney out of Colorado, national championship winning coach, turned around that program. Mike Holmgren, who I just saw here a little bit earlier, and Bill. I think these are some of the guys I feel like all of them have won at every single level. And they all preach the same thing, right? Preparation, commitment, work ethic. I mean, that's all the same. You won't find a successful coach that doesn't preach the same qualities. Like they all have the same qualities. Bill has had such a long run of success, so it's like, whoa, his way is the only way to do it. No, I like the way Bill did it. It suits my personality, but it doesn't mean that Mike Holmgren's any less of a coach than Bill, or that some of the guys that I mentioned earlier don't know how to win. Bill's just really kind of gotten into a groove where he's able to really do anything he wants to because of Brady. I mean, Brady allows him to make trades, to make transactions, get rid of guys that other teams would be like, what? Jamie Collins, and still be okay. And that's tough as it is.
And he's done that before with other big-name players, Lawyer Malloy, and then also he got rid of Richard Seymour a year or two earlier than what many other coaches would do. With Bill, though, the thing that really stands out the most to me is how he's able to find players that don't work in other places, and they come to New England, and he gets them to work.
Well, not all the time. Like, not everybody works.
Sure.
That's the first thing. So he's not batting 1,000. But, say, this year specifically, it worked this year.
Hogan.
It could have gone – Hogan's like, that was an easy one. Hogan was a free agent. I mean, Hogan was killing it in Miami. He was killing it in Buffalo. He was a restricted free agent. Buffalo didn't see any value, but Buffalo had a ton of receivers. And Hogan was going to get paid. I will say, I'll say is like Deion Lewis is one. Kyle Van Noy, because you're talking about couldn't fit into somebody's system. Shane McClellan ran out, first-round pick. He just ran out of Chicago. They couldn't play defensive end, couldn't play outside linebacker in a two-point stance, couldn't play inside linebacker. First-round pick. I mean, he was overdrafted, in my opinion, but he comes to New England, and they figure it out. He's not a everyday starter. Sometimes he is, but they have so many different players. With some have similar skill set, some have a little bit better at one thing or another. And based on the game plan that they put together, those guys play more. Like Hightower, I think in the divisional round against Houston, played like the entire game. And then when they played against Pittsburgh, he barely played at all. He's your starting inside linebacker who is the captain of your team, and he's in charge of the locker room. He barely played. Is it because he wasn't any good that day? He was sick? No. They needed Kyle Van Noy. They needed Shane McClellan. They needed Landon Roberts. They needed all these other guys to get in there and get reps and help them out. And that's the way it works. So, and then we just had Ted Johnson on my show the other day.
I love Ted.
Ted, again, another story. And I have to say, and he told the story. It's like, God dang it, the same thing happened to me. Ted plays 03 or something like that. I think he played against the Indianapolis Colts, and he played like 80% of the reps. Or 80 reps.
Was that the Ted Washington goal line stand game?
No, this is during the playoffs.
Oh, okay.
This is during the playoffs. And in the Super Bowl, he plays 3 plays. Okay, so it all depends on what you're trying to do, what your game plan is. And then, what do you have in the kitchen? I'm going to get a little McClellan. I'm going to get a little Van Noy. I'm not going to need any Roberts today. I may need Roberts to spice it up, but really the same thing happened to me. I remember in 2 games in 03, playing every single snap, playing all the time. We get to the Super Bowl game plan against Philadelphia or against Carolina. I was like, where the hell's all the tight end plays? It was all 5 wides, 4 wides, and we weren't involved.
So as a player, how do you buy into that system? Because you don't like it when you're not involved in the game plan.
Everybody wants the ball. Every receiver thinks they're open. Every defensive back thinks they can cover. They all want to play. I would say, if the rules are explained to me and my role is defined, I'm okay with it. Like, you're on a team. You're not playing tennis. You're not playing golf. You're really kind of relying on everybody else doing their job. So you really have to be unselfish. I'm not saying anything that isn't already been told or shouldn't be understood. That's why you're on a team. I'm sorry. If you want to be a solo act, then you should play golf. Then you should play tennis. I don't know what else. Maybe canoe, something like that. Run track. I don't know. We don't rely on anybody else but yourself. So really, you shouldn't have a problem with it. I think sometimes it's a pride swallowing thing for other guys who have been the alpha dog or the alpha male in their offense. But ultimately, once you can kind of see what's attainable, then you really kind of suck it up and just deal with it. It's not hard.
With us right now on the Zach Gelb Show, Fox Sports 920 The Jersey. The linebackers. Big key to this game for New England, going up against those running backs of Atlanta.
Yeah.
How do they stop them?
Yeah, it's funny. Well, listen, they put them both together. They're kind of like Le'Veon Bell. They run and they catch. But any back out of the backfield, you just have to slow them down. I don't think those linebackers can cover them. I don't think they can cover them on the wheel routes. I don't think they can cover them on like an angle route where they're really finding leverage and taking advantage of the situation. But the philosophy would be is how do you just slow them down so you can catch up? Because if you're even, they're leaving, So that's not going to work for any of those linebackers. So play recognition is part of it. The other guys on your team are part of it. Like I remember Willie McGinnis, defensive end, he's usually rushing the passer. But you go back to 01, he was disregarding his pass rush and his ability to get to the quarterback because he had to jam Marshall Faulk. So he had to take time out of his pass rush and his stats. You know what? I gotta knock this guy's what into the dirt, and that's what he did, and that completely threw off the timing and allowed other guys to get back into place to just be in position. Then you just gotta be able to tackle. I mean, this team, I'll say this defensive team, they're good tacklers. They cover ground well. They take good angles. They're smart. And that even if a guy catches the pass, so what? It's 3 yards, big deal.
with the health of Tom Brady's mom, and that's been a storyline that was more of a storyline in Boston and now starting to be a little bit more nationally. And then also with everything that's happened with Tom this year, this Super Bowl, if he's able to win it, because you've seen Tom be a little bit more emotional after the AFC Championship game than any other time in his career.
There's a lot of perspective going on with him.
And also, it also could be that a mix of what we just talked about, and also he's realizing that the end could be near. He doesn't know how many more years he could play.
Well, I don't know if that's it. I don't think it's like, oh, my last Super Bowl. I think there's a lot of.
But all those things factor in, I have to imagine.
Well, I would think the thing with his parents probably gives you the most like, wow. Look, I played 16 years, and this, they've been with me. I've met his parents, hunt golf with them and everything, so they're all great people. Their family is very hands-on, and I think there is some perspective, and you realize, like, it's not the end for Brady, but it could be the end for somebody else in his life. And then you go, wow, what's this going to be like? Next year we may not make this, and we may just, we may get bounced from the playoffs, and this is an opportunity. And it really puts all that Deflategate crap in perspective. Like, what the hell are we wasting our time over this for? Like, honestly, because you can go back. There's going to be more news that comes out with Brady and his family, but it's none of our business to discuss it.
Sure.
Give him his piece. But I think you'll find that it goes back even farther than people understand, to the point where you can look at some of the decisions that he made, especially involving Deflategate, and you wonder, okay, well, that's why he said, you know what, I'm done. I don't need this in my life. I don't need to worry about this. I don't need the distraction. I have enough issues going on. Really, in the end, screw it. 4 games, whatever, man. Like, honestly, like, and then done. And everything he says right now is all positive. It's like a Bhagwan, Sri Shragnish, whatever they call it. Very like, I am only think positive things. It's like he's hypnotizing all of us, But
what was it like to compete with him?
Well, I didn't compete with him. I competed against them. With him, you know what? Here's the thing. I'm not going to take anything away from Brady. That locker room was filled with
good dudes,
competitors. All of them. All of them. Not just a couple guys, all of them.
Especially special teams. Larry Izzo.
Well, but he's one of them. He's one of many. I mean, we were all competing against each other who can get in earliest. If you showed up at, 7:01 or, to a, 7 o'clock workout, there'd be, 6 guys in there at 6:30. Oh, yeah, nice. Thanks for showing up on time. Like, they would shame you. Like, it was all about getting an edge. It was all about how can we – it was fun. It was a game. Like, you show up in the locker room, show up in the weight room. Oh, what? Thanks for showing up. It was like, dude, I'm a half an hour early. Well, is that good enough for you? I mean, that's the type of stuff that was going on, which is fun. So all of them. Brady's competitive. I'm competitive. Like, we all are. Like, that whole group was. Teddy Bruschi, Willie, Mankins, Matt White, Chatham. They're all of them. And just because Chatham wasn't a star, his role was significant. I just saw Tyrone Poole walking around. That guy was a workout warrior. Are you kidding
me?
That's
a name for the past.
I'm just saying. I just saw him. Yeah. Like, it's all of them were. Like, not taking anything away from them. All of them were getting work after practice, showing up early, trying to find an edge, hydrating, all of them.
2 more stories that I want to get from you as we're talking to Christian Fauria. Chatham, last time the Super Bowl was in Houston. Deck the streaker. What do you remember about that?
I don't remember a lot of it because I don't think I saw the end of it until I don't remember because I think I saw the end. Like, him just knocked the guy out. I was like, what the hell is going on? Yeah, that was that. Yeah, he's got a picture of that somewhere of him knocking the guy down.
Guy.
Here's the thing.
You're remembered for being the guy that decked the streaker.
Yeah, they didn't show it on on TV. They came back late from commercial. And because the guy didn't, nothing happened.
Some foreign site got it somewhere. There's
a
video.
Somebody got
I've seen it before.
Yeah.
Someone always has a camera somewhere.
Some Italian TV station.
And then the last one, because I've got to know Larry Izzo over the years, and I really like Larry as a character, to say the least. Larry Izzo got a game ball for taking a number 2 on the sidelines once.
Now, see, this story is being so convoluted. I mean, it's ridiculous. Like, people called in last week asking if that story was even true. I personally did not see it. Okay.
Did you smell it?
But I will tell you, I would not be surprised. We used to pee in our pants all the time.
Wait, during a game you used to pee in your pants?
Yeah, why not? Yes. I mean, if you can't make it to the, you know what, try to run. Okay, with having to go to the bathroom. Like, if you really have to go to the bathroom bad and then someone says, hey, I want you to go sprint. You can't do it. Well, okay, it's like 4 o'clock in the morning. You have two choices. I always have to go to the bathroom. Like the urge to go to the bathroom shows up like around 4 o'clock in the morning. I have two choices. I can wait it out and try and hope that I go back to bed, or I can just get my lazy butt up, go to bed. Go to the bathroom and then come back and get my 2 hours. And whenever I stay in bed and try to wait it out, I never get good sleep. If I get up right away and go to the bathroom, then I'm good.
So when you pee your pants on the sidelines, do you tell the defender, hey, I peed my pants?
No. I tell my buddy, hey, I just peed my pants, dude. I can't anyway. What do you want to do? Like,
I don't know. Like, if you peed your pants, I wouldn't want to touch you.
Yeah, but I think it's at that point in time. Like, what's just water? Have you seen Waterworld with Kevin Costner? He drinks his urine. It's like high in alkaline. Some guru somewhere is taking urine, and they are saying that it's some sort of benefit to you.
We got the play, by the way.
Which one?
Les Mis. Good play.
Oh, what my favorite, Jean Valjean? Are you kidding me? What an unbelievable play! That is. You don't remember that play, man? Les Mis, fantastic. Good job taking it. There's a lot to learn in that story. Redemption, strength, overcoming adversity, sacrifice.
I could have learned it the next week, Christian.
No.
I didn't have to learn it that day.
You need to see it.
I could have learned it next week.
Come on, that play is like.
You know what?
The
you want
best.
to see how sick of a fan I am.
You should be right now. You should be playing Les Mis right now. Whoever's on your board, they need to be playing Les Mis.
We're a low budget operation.
What the hell? Sing. Your dad should be singing it in your other mic.
The last thing I'll tell you is he told me, and this shows you how big of a fan I am. He goes, when time comes when he departs us, he goes, if he happens, the funeral needs to be on a Sunday. Tell everyone to move it to a Monday. That's what he's told me before.
I can respect that. It's all about your guests, anyways, right? It's all about your guests that that come to see you.
Well, hopefully you don't have to go to the bathroom, but if you do, we'll let you go so you can walk.
I am going to go right now. Actually, I'm urging. I'm like, I really have the urge to pee now.
You've never peed your pants in a radio segment.
What do you think about this?
I think the Big O would hit you.
Big O's got little alligator arms. He can't hit anybody.
Appreciate
it,
guys. Christian.
Thanks.
You're the man. Christian Fauria, Zach Gelb Show, Fox Sports 920 The Jersey, the great Christian Fauria.